Hey guys, Juju here, and welcome back to another Java programming tutorial. And in this tutorial, in the last tutorial, we went ahead and we built our cleanup function, which goes ahead and prints out that the server is closing and that we are just cleaning up, doing our typical house cleaning stuff, closing the scanner, closing everything such as the server socket, input stream, and output stream. And if an error occurs, we want to make sure that it prints it out. So next thing to do, I guess, is to set up our server. So let's go ahead and create this method. And alright, delete that line. One thing we're going to add though is, if you recall, back when we built our formatter and scanner to read from files, it automatically errored saying that we didn't catch the error. Why that is because the method itself throws the error, not throws the error, but throws the exception, sorry. And so that's what we're going to do to these methods, just so that we don't have to write out, we don't have to keep writing try catch. It'll just be handled in this big try catch statement. Alright, so to do this, go ahead and type throws and then exception. We could define the exception, but just in case that it's not an exception that we know of, just use a more general term. And let's go ahead too and create that. I'm going to be a little OCD and move these methods around. Alright, and voila. And copy and paste, and there's an extra space there. Alright, so now our method, our class, is error free. So let's go ahead and start programming our server. So the first thing we want to do is we're going to assume that they're going to enter the port up here, and if they don't, we are then going to presume that they want to use the default port. That's what I'm going to assume. You can re-ask them if you wish. I'm just going to go ahead and go system.out.println initializing server. Alright, and I'm just going to set the server socket to a new server socket and pass in port. And so server socket requires one parameter, and that is where we're going to listen, and we already distinguished that port is going to be 2231 unless they enter an argument. And so that's the port that is going to listen on. Then let's go ahead and I'm going to go and copy this because that's really long. And next thing we want to do is tell the user that we're going to be listening for a connection. Perfect. And then we go socket equals ss.accept. So what this is that it's just going to well, first what ss.accept is when the server gets a connection, it will automatically accept the socket. It's pretty straightforward. So when an incoming socket is all like, hey, I want to connect to you, is that allowed? Well, we could be like, no, I don't want your connection, but we're going to go ahead and accept anyone that knows this IPN port. Alright, so, and then like I said, when they connect, it releases a socket and we can connect to that socket too. Alright, and now let's go ahead and print out what's next. Let's see, I think what we should do next is setting up our stream. So streams, so input stream equals new input data input stream, and then inside here we're going to pass in s.get input stream. Alright, and let's go ahead and do that for the output stream also. So output and output and one thing we also want to do is sometimes in the streams, your stream, which is your stream is really the output stream. That's the one you control. You have no control over the data coming to you. That's all on the other side. So what we need to make sure we do to our stream is we need to sorry, I have a terrible time typing and talking at the same time. So what we need to do is sometimes when we go ahead and close this object, there's still stuff in this object, and when we open it we could accidentally send things that we didn't intend to send. So if you think about I don't really have an analogy for that one, but just go ahead and for cleaning maintenance, go ahead and do flush, and that will clear out your output stream, and that way anything that gets sent will be something intentional. Alright, and I'm going to go ahead and now say and in here we're going to create a new thread, but we're not going to set it to any value, and just pass in new PTP client. Alright, and just do dot start. Alright, and the other thing we want to do is we're already in a thread, so let's go ahead and take that and use this instead of creating another thread, and we're going to loop through while s dot get, or sorry, is connected, that one. Alright, and so this is basically saying while the socket is still connected, we're going to continue running this. And what is this, you might be asking? Well, we're going to get input from the user, and so x.next line, and then we're going to go ahead and use our output stream and try to write to that stream and send them an input. And okay. Oh, and just so that it doesn't overclock, we're going to add a sleep, And so what sleep does is it's just a little timer delay, so it's going to run this, and then it's going to take a 20 millisecond nap, which isn't really that long, so just enough so it doesn't get tired. And how are we doing for time? 10 minutes. Okay, I'll go ahead and continue this in the next tutorial. If you found this useful, give it a like. This was Juju, and hopefully to see you in the next tutorial.